To enter the mine, Blue walks next to this medical vehicle that's always parked outside. She takes the elevator without inner door, and she sees the floor passing by her until she reaches the right level. A few steps away and there's a device hanging, with the tasks of the day and other evaluations she must also coordinate. She leaps to a Pacific lunar desert that's dark, the red light blinking far away up in the com tower, a little piece of human activity against the infinite dark background. Blue goes home, and before she goes to a bar, but only sometimes. These last months went by, they simply went by. She had gotten used to her space, her loneliness, and life seems to pass as through a crystal. She navigates the day as if her room with her owl were beyond space and time, and were the only part of the day that seemed real. There was no shadow, there was no voice, and she didn't need her meds. She got so used to feeling well that when she saw a kid in the mine, she thought, a kid? Who would bring their child to such low levels? And she followed him, hoping to return him to the safety of his parents. It was then when she found it, a cave hidden inside the mine. "Mom?" called the kid as he stopped to watch Blue behind him. There must be little oxygen down here. Blue saw the kid's eye glowing in bloody red. She must have seen wrong. "Come, who's your mom?" The shadow stopped in front of the barely visible entrance to the cave whose existence no one had noticed, for the same reason lacking any illumination. He's there, but she can no longer see him. She reaches out with her hand slowly to take him and get out of there. "Hello?" She yells, noticing her hand reach the wall, with no kid in between. "Come out now, let's go!" Come on, don't tell me he went into that entrance. The only aperture is infinitely small for her. From one moment to the next, there is a breath on her neck. There's no one else but the child and her down here. She would have heard the elevator. And all of a sudden, another breath joins the last. She turns to find two angry faces, really tall, open mouths that let fangs shine instead of teeth. Both pairs of arms ready to attack, breathing 1 inch away from her body. She blinks. The angry faces appear closer, though they don't seem to move. In fact, they seem to be made out of solid stone. She blinks again, and this time, the claws of one nearly takes out one of her eyes. She steps back, and when she does, a creature jumps and grabs her by the neck. She doesn't want the statues to move, so she tries to keep her eyes open, and that's when she hears him. A small shadow, a child weeping behind the statues. When the kid rubs his tears from his eyes, she sees they glow in bright red indeed. The last she hears before everything goes black is, "Mom?"